Welcome to Impact Phase 1, where tech meet mystery. Unlock powerful digital skill, master new tech, and follow your future. One shot at a time. Subscribe, learn, and level up. All at Impact Fuse. Subscribe to our channel.
The Impact Phase 1, your favorite YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you on how to create a poster or create a poster using the previous logo in which we created for a cleaning company, upskill cleaning. Okay, in today's video, we are going to be cleaning this company using the logo that we created in the previous video. Okay, before we go into this video, let me just take some time to explain one or two things. Like when we talk of graphics design, okay, graphics design, it comprises a lot of things. It's not just about like designing logos and keeping. You have to know just creating a logo, because it's there like a branding. Okay, branding, most graphic designer, the end for branding is like what, maybe somebody, I want to create a company today, I meet you like a graphic designer. The first thing that I ask you that, okay, let's brand my company, I will need I will need a logo. Okay, that is the first thing that every company needs. That is why you see I'm working more on logos. The second thing is that we need flyers. Okay, flyers are what we'll meet clients and distribute to them and tell them that this is what we are doing. And we also need something like brochures. We need letterheads, we need email address, we need social media handles, we need banners, we need brochures. Okay, so these are the things that we will be looking as we go down into graphics design. We'll see how to create letterhead, we'll see how to create brochures, we'll see how to create banners. Okay, all along just on your mobile phone. So let's move down to this to the core question of today.
Okay, to start our design, we just launched our PixelLab application, which is the application that we are going to be using for this design. As we know, PixelLab is the mother application that we use for all of our graphics design. So when you launch PixelLab application, this is the interface. So the first thing is to get away with this text. Okay, now the next thing after when we get away with the text, the next thing is to do that we are going to be working there. Okay, so I need to come here now, go to image size. So I'm working on A4 paper size. This is a standard A4 paper size. Okay, that means that the width have to be 8 and the height have to be 12, which is the standard A4 paper size. This is a standard A4 paper size. Alright, so now the next thing is now we have to bring in the background in which we are going to be working this design on. So in some other cases, I can decide to just go there. I bring in my background. I bring my background, but like coming here to bring the background. Okay, so this is where you can import your background. You can also add the background, but in this scenario, I'm going to add it rather. Okay, so I'll go to my gallery to add this background. So I just come to add, then I take on from gallery. So I'll switch into my gallery to get the image in which I want to be using. Okay, so this is the background that we're going to be using for this design. Alright, so there's no need of cropping, so I just have to validate it, then I have to drag it down and also open it up to make sure that it fits. Okay, if you want this background, just check the link in the comment section called the resources. Okay, link resources. Okay, you can access this background there so that you can download if you want to also use this same background for your own design. Okay, the next thing that we have to bring here is the logo. Okay, remember we are using the logo to create the poster. That is part of digital marketing or part of branding. Okay, you don't just create a logo and give to your client, but you can use it now to make a folder. Before there was stuff like business card. Somebody may come and you design a logo, you have to do a business card, you have to do a letterhead, you have to do so many things. Okay, so don't just limit your design to only creating logos, but also try to follow this tutorial, go deeply to see how you can also make it great. Okay, not just limiting yourself at the level of the logo creation only. Okay, so we are going to be opening a lot of things as we move down. Okay, so this is the logo that we designed. What am I going to do here? I need to reduce the center. I'm going to keep it here in the center here, so I can use relative positioning to make sure that it is at the center. Okay, so just to keep it at the center or not middle center, I just come and tap here. Okay, the next thing is now the name of this company, which is the PixelLab cleaning company. So I'm just going to then I'm going to add text. Okay, in this situation here I'm just going to type my text here. Okay, so but remember, always give a space behind and a space in front, so that this will give you the easy navigation. Okay, easy way to manage this text. Now the next thing that we are going to do here is this text color, which you need to give a nice, a good text color here, which I think this is blue. The logo is blue, so we can use something like a dark blue for this. Okay, we can use a dark blue for this one. So I can come to my blue here, and I increase the darkness of the blue. Okay, I increase the darkness of the blue. So that is what we are going to be using here. Okay, now when we give this color, for the color is okay. Let's now go to the font. Okay, let's give some font there. Remember, a good font that you give is also going to like make your design outstanding. So I'm going to use this the Amaratan Bowl. Okay, the Amaratan Bowl, which is one of the default font that it comes with your PixelLab application. All right, please. So if you are watching this video up to this moment, that means that you are really prepared to go through this tutorial. So the only thing that you can do is to hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment, and tell us where you are watching from, so that in the next tutorial we'll extend our greetings from you, as we are always here to make sure that we give you nothing but the best in graphic design. Okay, so I'll reduce I'm applying the shadow now, as we know. So that is the shadow that we are going to be giving there. So you can also change the shadow color. It all depends on you and how you want your design to look like. Okay, so now also you can also increase the blurriness maybe to 2. Then my y-axis, I'll keep it on 2. Okay, so that is all about this particular part. So the next thing now is when we need now to give in what we need to give in the activities. Okay, the activities, I'm going to insert another image in where we are going, which we are going to write all the activities at the top. So which are like the service that this company offer. Okay, so now I need to take on plus, on art, then I'll take on shape. Alright, so this is the shape that we are going to be using here. So if you want this shape, just check on the description. Okay, you are going in the description, you are going to really see, it there. Link to resources. Then on this link to resources, just click there. You can now access all this. Okay, you can have access to all these shapes that we are using here, and you can also use it for your own design. Okay, now I have to give this a color. Okay, I have to give this shape a color, so I just go to my shapes editing option, I take color there, but I have a color that I'm going to be using, which is something like this nature. Oh, but you can still try another color, but make sure that there is uniformity. Okay, make sure that you maintain the principle of uniformity. Okay, you can still equally use this color, which is very good, so that we can now keep our text on white. Okay, so we keep it here, we keep it at this level now. So we make sure that it is at the center. Okay, make sure that the center, not mid center, just center. Now remember, PixelLab is not a text editing tool, so it's always good to add text here when you have the little text. For example, the first text that we need to have here is our service. Okay, that means that the service of the company, our service, is in front. Then I think this okay now, so we can now reduce it a bit to fit here. Remember the font, don't use the default font. Okay, and keep the font, always keep a font that may be like, you can use one particular type of a font throughout your design, so as to make your design very unique. Okay, because uniqueness is one of the things that we want our design to show. Okay, so I can give it an outline, which in case of this outline I will have to use something like a black. Okay, a black outline there. Then I can increase it maybe to 5. Okay, so this is what why are we giving it outline? So as to differentiate it between what is at the top and what is on the. Okay, so that is one of the key things that we have to know there. Then also the shadow is very necessary here also, that you can reduce the opacity, the blurriness of the shadow. And now you can on this one, you can enable the shadow now, and we give it some shadow. Okay, so that these services should be really outstanding, so that in case when after seeing the name of the company, your eyes fall directly on the services. Okay, now we need to import. Now there we need to now write the services. What are they offering? Okay, now this is our text that we are going to be using. So now we just need to take okay here. So the next thing is to arrange this text. Okay, next thing is just to reduce the size to make sure that it really fits into the key rule, the key thing to work on it here very well. So now I just click on the font, then I think I am going to be using this font. Okay, this font is going to give us the base. So just make sure that it fits and it aligns very well. Okay, it fits and it aligns very well so that your design should be outspoken. So somebody can ask the question, why are we putting this in this shape? All right, just to make sure that, because remember, everything that you design you are sending out for sale. Okay, for sale, and you have to make everything to be unique. Imagine if you just take it and you put anywhere on this design, it is not going to speak very well for itself, and any client that come across this poster may not find it very easy to start searching to read or what the company is offering or whatsoever. So just keep it so that when they see, now when you see something like our services, now this shape behind, just make it to like have a particular call for concern. Okay, like make it outstanding, make it shouting. Okay, like calling itself, like showing itself that here I am. It's like you are looking for somebody, then something, then the thing can speak for itself. The thing can tell you that here I am. So that is the reason that we have to use that background there. Okay, so now assuming that everything is okay, I'll prefer to go with the yellow. Just also give it some give it some shadow also. You give it some shadow also, but the opacity have to be reduced. Why not also the blurriness? The blurriness have also to be reduced. Okay, so if we just give it some shadow, and I'm going to change the color of the shadow, which is a natural shadow color. Okay, then we increase the opacity. Okay, so we give this one at +2, the x +5, then -5 also as well. Okay, so I think this is okay at this particular juncture. Also, you see we have used the bulletin to keep it on the line. Okay, and everything is at the center. You can see, try to give use your relative positioning to position it at the center. Okay, so the next thing is the image. We need to also bring another image. Okay, so we just have to go to add, then we take from gallery to bring our image. Okay, so this is the image that we are going to be working on. This is the image that we will be using here. Okay, to polish this design or to make it really get what we want it to get the attention in which we want to grab. Okay, because remember, graphic design is you are grabbing the attention of anybody that come across the design. Okay, so you need to bring some things that will grab the attention of anybody. When somebody picks this design, something should be there to grab the attention of the person. Okay, so that is, we just need to get this picture, we keep it here. So now the next thing is what we need also to cover this picture. Okay, we need to cover this picture. You shouldn't just stand like this. So I need to take on shape, I reduce it to cover, I reduce it, then we have to bring it down so that it cover it from down here. Okay, so that it should not just float out like this. These are just some tips for professional design, graphic designing. Now once you give it there, remember, stay here just without validating, just go there to color, then you give it a gradient color. Okay, just give it a gradient color. So once you give it a gradient color, so now we can now arrange it. If you don't know how to give gradient or to make gradients, you can check on my videos on introduction to graphic design, when I really speak a lot of on this, on how to go about to create gradients. Okay, now we can just keep it at here. Okay, we change now the color, although it is still on gradient, and this is the gradient that we use. Okay, if you look at my gradient, I have built a lot of gradients in my on my own. So this is the gradient that I use. Okay, so at times in maybe another tutorial I'll just teach how to do that. So now I'll give the color of this gradient to be this blue. Okay, Now, keeping it in mind that everything, keeping it here at this particular level, I can now bring it down a little bit. Okay, then here I'll still make a copy. Okay, I'll make a copy of this, but after making a copy, I have to rotate it. I have to rotate it like this. I have to rotate it this way. Okay, so when I rotate it, I'll bring it and keep somewhere here. Okay, I'll keep here so that our design, it doesn't just look like a child play. All right, so after keeping it here, the next thing is, well, the contact. How did you want to get to these people? How did you get to them? All right, we are going to be using some icons, which whatsoever material that is being imported here, I'm going to drop in the folder, and to access this folder, just comment and you get access to link resources where you can download it all. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also like and comment and tell us where you are watching from. So I'll go to my phone gallery, then inside the gallery I'm going to pick up the icon. It's the icon that we are going to be using for call. Okay, for call. So so that if somebody, after reading this, so why, another question can be, why is it that we are positioning this call right down here? Okay, so the reason here is very simple. The first thing is that after you must have engaged your the viewer, when somebody view this when somebody has seen this flyer or this poster and the person fall in love with it. Okay, now the person have, that is when the person have to start searching for your number. You don't go at the top putting your number without like first engaging the person to know, the people to know what you are selling or what you are giving out to them. So that is the first thing. So when somebody must have fall in love with your services, that is when the person will now start like checking, how can I get to you? So that is why we'll always place a number at the down after the service. Okay, now we can now position this where, and we also now bring in the number. And also remember that when giving numbers, always include the country postal code. Okay, always include the country postal code. The person that I did this for is in the United Arab Emirates. Where you want to get the number, you can now get to the person. You can let me know if you are watching this tutorial and you need the service of this person. I can now direct you to the person so that you can do business with. So for now, I am not marketing his business, but I am just doing this tutorial for educational purpose, also with the consent of the person that I have to do this tutorial. I have to use his company design that he requested from me to come up with something for educational reasons, and under his permission he has accepted for me to do so. Okay, so I have just to do the editing here. We give the line spacing. Okay, we space this out a little bit. Also, after spacing it out, we have to give it a font. Okay, always don't allow your work with the default font, like I always say. So now I also use this area. I'll use this area. Okay, I use this area. So now using area, you see that we have increased the size of this font. Okay, so now I need to reduce it a little bit. Also, we can use the relative size. Okay, we can use the relative sizing. We can use the relative sizing now to reduce it. Okay, so I think at here is okay. So we position it also very well. Okay, now it can be like some company can have 2-3 numbers. So you just copy this number and maybe you bring it closer down. Then you also set the editing. Okay, you also set the editing maybe by changing some other numbers that are there. Okay, by changing some numbers that are there to make sure that all the numbers fit very well. Okay, so the truth is that when a customer fall in love with a design, with your services, that is, no matter how little the numbers are, they are going to, or the communication line is, they are going to search on it and have it. So the next thing is that when you look at these numbers now, they are not that much readable. You can't read it very well. So we have to, when you check here, they are not that readable that way. So now what we need to do here is to we need to add another shape behind. When we add another shape there, Then this is what I'm going to do with the shape. Okay, after adding it, I'm just going to reduce it a little bit to make sure that it fits. Then after that, it comes after feeding it there, I'm going to give it again a gradient. Okay, I'm going to give it a gradient. So, and this time I'm going to give it this gradient. All right, now I validate, but I need to change the color of my gradient to be white. So I just come to color. Now I enable the color, then I give it white. Okay, I give it white, and I can give it also a stroke. Okay, which is like the stroke is an outline. Okay, stroke are outline, so I give it some outline there. Now what happened here is that I need to also take here on edit, then I increase the radius. I can increase the radius here, so it's okay at this juncture. We take it down a bit, then after keeping it here, we now come to our layer management option. Then I'll send in behind this. I'll send in behind, so it goes right behind this one. Okay, behind this call icon. Okay, or the action or the call action button. All right. So now, what next? I'm just going to make a duplicate again, a copy of it. But in this copy, I'm going now to take a rotate. I need to rotate it. Okay, I need to rotate it like this. This is okay here. Then I'll still bring it and keep it here. Then I'll still make sure that it is at the top. Okay, I will still bring it closer to the first one. Okay, so that is it. And now I need to take it up a little bit. Okay, so that is how we keep that number. So now the next thing is that maybe we need the location. All right, we need to have the location. Where is this company located? So the location also matters a lot for some people, because once they just check and they see the location, if it is not okay for them, they'll say that, oh, maybe you are out of my area of service. Okay, but in some cases, for business reason, I'll tell you just keep it with no location, because there are some people that are ready to move, but once a client see and notice that you are not in their area, they will just decide not to call you. Okay, so or just this company is a Dubai based company. Okay, it's a Dubai based company, so I'll keep Dubai UAE. Then I'll just come there to add my color. Okay, I'll use the color white here, please. I'll use the color white here. Then I'm going to give it a font which is very heavy font. Okay, I'll use a heavy font like this one. Okay, this Abrifat face regular, so I'm going to use it. Then we are going to give some outline there. Okay, so I can increase this outline. I can increase this outline here. So I'm going to give it the outline color should be blue. Okay, so that it matches with the blue that we already have here. So now at this position, at this junction in time, we are just going to position it very well. We are just going to position it here to make sure that it aligns very well. Okay, it aligns very well. And the next thing is that don't just keep it here, but give it also some shadow effect. Okay, give it some shadow effect, but the shadow, make sure that you reduce and keep it very simple. Okay, so we can enable the shadow here. Then we try to move on the x and the y axis of the shadow. Okay, so that is just all about this flyer. So should in case you have anything, you can just drop on the comment section, then we are going to respond to you. And at this particular point in time, before you do the final saving, please always make sure that you save as a project. Okay, always make sure that you first save as a project. So you come to save, then you save as a project. Now it is stored inside here in such a way that you can still come back there and do editing. So as a graphic designer, this saves you to also build templates. Okay, so in case I have done this design and it is okay with me, so anybody that need another design again can just come there. I'm going to pick up from this design I'll do. So just take there and you take save. Okay, So after when you save as a project, the next thing is now to make sure that you save as an image. Okay, so always come to customize, then you give it to be very high. You can also use ultra, all depends on you. Okay. So I'll just save there, then we'll keep it as it is. Okay, so another way you can still save as a png, especially if we want to come and have some continuing mockups there, like packaging. You may this company is also dealing with packaging. We'll be coming to next design to see how we can do packaging. From the logo, we create a logo, we'll do the packaging using the logo and the poster and the rest of the things. Okay, so now I just take save. So we have saved 3 times: project, image, and also as png. So please see you in our next video, but before we go, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and comment else where you are watching from. See you in the video. Subscribe to our channel.